Today on Ask Travel, we talk about
pre-planning before you arrive,
interstate travel in Australia,
and studying abroad versus traveling.
Hi everyone, I'm Adam from Welcome to Travel.
And I'm Daryl from Welcome to Travel, and this is the weekly Ask Travel episode where you ask us questions about traveling and we answer them. So ask us some questions in the comments below or follow us on Instagram at welcome2.travel and ask us some questions there. Now, Adam, I believe you've got a question for me. Let's get into it.
Daryl, you believe right. You believe right. It's almost as if we've got them written down here. So I've got a question from Poppy. It is Poppy Stamp. Thank you, Poppy, for this question. How much should you plan before you go to Australia?
Cool. Good question, Poppy. So how much should you plan? Well, there's a few things which you definitely need to plan. One being your visa, two being your flight, and the way to get there. And obviously there's other elements such as like what are you packing, like what backpack or suitcase should you have. We actually made a video, it's like an 11-point checklist, which I'll put here as well, and that will show you everything that you need as well. But in terms of like your bigger trip, sometimes we get people on tour who have their whole like 12 months planned out to the day, and I would not recommend doing that. What I would recommend doing is getting all those essentials, as I said, the flight, the visa, and like the first week in the country. So like with Welcome to Travel, for example, if you're landing in Melbourne, and then what that allows you to do is then like meet like-minded people. But as you're like kind of planning, like before you arrive, you're going to get some ideas of like what you want to do. So write down those ideas. And when you do like a tour, like with Welcome to Travel, you'll find people who are like-minded, who've got like similar ideas, and you'll get on with so many people as well. One thing which we found during the tours is sometimes people who have already like got trips like pre-booked or like have this whole plan ahead of them often want to change it because they've met somebody on the tour and they want to like travel with them or like live with them in Melbourne, for example. So what I would do is get those essentials, flight, visa, first week, get some ideas of what you would like to do. And then after that first week, it all kind of makes sense. And with like Welcome to Travel, for example, we're there to support you and help you because we give lifetime memberships.
Yeah.
So pretty much that's what I would recommend. Don't plan every single day. Like those first 8 days are really like important and essential, and just get it up to that point.
It's hard, isn't it? Because I'm someone that likes to plan, like really plan and be organized, but then there's a part where you just have to let go and you can't plan too far in advance. So it's kind of like plan the first bit and be informed about the rest. So don't just come here and go, I've never heard of Fraser Island or Sydney or something like that, or how to get around the country. You kind of need to be informed. So if someone says, oh, we want to do the Great Ocean Road, you're like, oh, cool, yeah, I've looked at that. It's like a few days, it's like a couple of hours away, isn't it? Rather than going, oh, I can't join you for this, even though we really get on. I planned this like 6 months ago. You don't really gain that much from it. And I suppose that's the hardest bit. And I think that's something we did when we first traveled. We had like 6 weeks sorted around South Africa and it was like to a T. So it is hard to get around that if you're a planning person, but you'll be fine. You will be fine. Daryl.
Good question, Poppy.
Great question, Poppy.
I have a question for you, Adam. A hard one, actually.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's from Claire 1097.
Not a real name.
What is travel like between the states at the moment in Australia?
So, the travel between the states at the moment. This is a bit like the beer question a few weeks ago, where everything was different in each state.
Let's say like today's date is the 29th. This is when we're filming it, so it could be completely changed tomorrow.
Yeah, today, 29th of October, and tomorrow there is an announcement by the Queensland government on their roadmap out of border closures. And this week, South Australia and Tasmania have both had announcements on interstate travel. So let's see how we get on. So interstate travel, the best way to describe it is getting better and easier. Because as the COVID numbers are being driven down across Australia, states are opening up. So Northern Territory, WA, South Australia and Tassie have literally 0 cases. I think WA's only cases are like on a ship off the coast of WA. And internally, so to themselves, they're pretty much running as normal. South Australia have recently opened up to pretty much everyone as of like last week, and people are able to visit there. WA, no one's allowed to go to, and apparently that's going to be the case until about April time. They're kind of just like their own country at the moment. And that's a popular choice, apparently. Now, Tasmania are letting people in from everywhere but Queensland. I believe that's around the 1st of November, or maybe the 6th of November, but very soon anyway. And then Queensland have been pretty tight with their border, really tight. They opened up for a couple of weeks, then a few clusters came out of Sydney. So they closed the borders to New South Wales, which is a huge thing. So they're hoping to open up to New South Wales very soon. And that we believe will be announced tomorrow. So it's the Queensland election on Saturday. So it's all been very, playing politics. So we believe they're going to announce tomorrow. We don't know if they're going to announce the date for just New South Wales or also the date for Victoria, which I do doubt. Obviously, Victoria has been hit the hardest by COVID, but at the same time, we've only got like 70 cases here now. But every state, let's call boss or premier, has basically said they want to wait a couple of weeks before they can assess the situation with Victoria. So personally, I would say anyone based in Victoria probably won't be traveling to another state until, I'm going to say, the end of November. I would say that's pretty good guess. Queensland, you'll probably be able to visit there from New South Wales probably mid-November. And everyone else can actually go into Queensland already, can't they? Tasmania, South Australia, Northern Territory, that's fine.
Yeah.
And if you live in the top part of New South Wales, you can go to Queensland now, but you need like a special pass. So yeah, sorry that was a bit long-winded, but it's a bloody big question, Claire. Hopefully that's give you a bit of an idea. When people get over here, then hopefully every state will be open and everything will be running as normal. Cool. After all that, I basically can't wait till they do open so I can go to Queensland in January. And you can go to Tassie in December. Daryl, question for you from Webster Isabel. I bet her real name is Isabel Webster. Flipped it, hasn't she? Reversed it. Daryl, do you think study abroad or traveling yourself is better? Not mutually exclusive.
Study abroad or traveling is better.
Which one is better?
It's kind of the word better. I don't think you can compare the two to a degree, but like if you're studying abroad, I think studying abroad is like a really good introduction to traveling in a way. Like we get quite a lot of students that come to Australia, and we've got like where we might do a semester in Australia, and it like introduces them to the country. Some people do like 1 or 2 years, but then it depends on like cost and everything like that. Like quite often we find people do like 1 or 2 semesters, and they get like, it's more of like a taster as well during that time. Because your main focus is to study, you only get like your weekends to like go for these like mini staycations like in the country, or you get a mid-semester or end of semester like gap, which is either like 2 weeks or 4 weeks to travel like the rest of the country. So it is like a really good taster, and we've actually got 2 tours which like allow people who are on a study visa to go and see like the East Coast because you only have those like short snapshots to go traveling.
Yeah.
But that's what it is for me. It's a good taster into traveling or into a destination. Like for like traveling where you've got a bit more freedom and you can do whatever you like to a degree of going, okay, I want to spend 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks traveling like the East Coast and like to the Outback. You haven't really got those restrictions. The restrictions are on like your budget and your own time, like depending on how long you do it, like within your visa. So neither one, I would say, is better. It just depends on like what you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to achieve from studying abroad or what you're wanting to achieve from traveling. But
it depends on the situation, doesn't it? Like if you're halfway through uni, let's say you've done 18 months of uni and you're desperate to go away, you might think, oh, I want to go to Australia for longer than a 6-week holiday. So do I wait and study abroad? But also you can do both. You could do both twice. Like you could come away for the 6-week holiday to Australia, travel, and you might love it so much that you come and do a working holiday visa in the future. Or you might do your 3rd year here and then come back as a tourist or come back as a working holiday. So you can do, it's not like you come, you do one and you're like, oh, I can't do that again. So it really depends on people's situation, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've found like quite a few people who've been on like Welcome to Travel, like studied 2 or 3 years ago and then have come back and done our tour. But we've also seen the other side of where people have done like their working holiday and traveled with us at Welcome to Travel and didn't do like their farm work and didn't get by extension, but wanted to stay and then got a study visa as well to be able to stay. So yeah, again, it just depends on like what you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to achieve from like that time as well. Yeah.
And we have people that are saying, oh, I'll come out and do my working holiday my 1st year before I go study. And it's all about where you're at life, Isabel Webster. And any questions you do on that kind of stuff, literally where you are at and how to decide, that we're really happy to help with as well. Like everyone in our team, including us, has had that kind of travel and study debate and when's best. And we've also spoke to so many travelers over the years that have come on our tour, and we'd probably be happy to even like divert you to some of them and give you their like recent experience as well. They're always happy to help as well. So yeah, more than happy to help. If you want to send us a private message or drop us an email or hit us up on TikTok. Yeah,
we have got TikTok now.
We're not answering.
We have got TikTok.
I imagine it's for videos. Cool. Anything there, though?
No, that's it. That's it. You mentioned
exciting news for next week is due to Melbourne's lockdown, easing of restrictions and not being in lockdown, I will be getting a haircut. So probably not many beanies. Daryl's already had a haircut and a beard trim.
Believe it or not.
So that's the main updated news from our end. If you'd like
we might do Ask Travel together.
We might even do Ask Travel together. Yeah, that's a weird thought. Yeah, wow. But yeah, thank you for those questions. Really, really good questions. And yeah, we love doing these. It makes us think about traveling again and being out and about and seeing people. So yeah, send us your questions, comments at the bottom or Instagram, however you want. We will try and answer them. So yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers.